afternoon. Good afternoon, and welcome to all of you. Welcome to this good and glorious day. I have a feeling that there's going to be change in the dictionary at the end of today. That is, if you look under the word celebration at the end of today, it's going to say October 6th, 2012, California State University, Long Beach, Bob Cole Conservatory of Music, because this is going to be a great day. What we are all going to see and hear today is what can happen when a generous and beloved benefactor combines with a group of very talented and very dedicated faculty, staff, and students. This was a very good program before it became the Cole Conservatory, and now it's a grand and glorious program. Before the president comes up to greet you, I'd like to recognize a few individuals from the campus who are here today. I ask you to hold your applause until everyone has stood up. Vice President for Administration and Finance, Mary Stevens. Vice President for University Relations and Development, Andrea Taylor. Dean of the College of the Arts, Chris Miles. Dean of the College of Engineering, Firuzan Golshani. A Dean of Continuing Professional Education and Associate Vice President for International Education, Jeet Joshi. ASI, our student government president, John Haberstroh. And Jerry Galbraith, the president of our CSUOB Alumni Association. Please join me in a round of applause for these people. It is now my honor and privilege to bring up to the mic the president of California State University, Long Beach, King Alexander.
Thank you, Provost Barr. I can tell by the back rows are filled. This looks like the Baptist church on a Sunday morning. Front rows are a little bit empty. But what a great turnout. Many years ago, we had the great privilege of having an opportunity to meet Regina Cole and this kind lady from the state of Arkansas. And I can say that because being from Kentucky, we're just across the river from each other. We're probably related, but that's why we don't look up our family trees when you come from that area. There aren't many branches, as we say. Regina has a big heart, and this is the place where you're sitting. A year ago was a no man's zone. Really, there was nothing here but darkness and grass. Our students would come down into this area and practice in these individual studios. You'd hear the music, but you'd just see darkness in this area. And it wasn't the place where you're sitting today. The place you're sitting today is a place of common ground. It's a place of common activity. It's a place where our students are going to gather and perform. It's a place where our university can do all kinds of events, musical events and performance events. And it's all because of the generosity of Regina Cole. Not only is the place that you're going to see today so important to us in giving it a physical presence, but for the last 4 years, over 130 scholarships have been granted through the Cole Conservatory of Music. 130 scholarships. Nearly half of those scholarships have gone to first-generation graduates, first-generation students, the first in their families to ever go to college. Their lifelong dream to pursue their music, their lifelong dream to go to college, were combined in this Cole Conservatory of Music. And now they travel throughout the world performing in some of the greatest venues, not only in America, but all on earth, thanks to the Cole Conservatory and the generosity of Regina Cole. So at this time, would you please help me congratulate and thank Regina Cole for everything that she has done in the creation of this great conservatory. This is just the beginning. 130 scholarships already underway. We'll probably have thousands of these scholarships that will go to students as the years go by. And just to share with you sort of the greatness of this university for those who don't know our campus very well, Cal State Long Beach is the nation's 21st largest university, the third largest in the state of California. But our College of the Arts is the largest College of the Arts west of the Mississippi River. So we graduate more arts, music, and all kinds of arts majors that go on to do amazing things in museums and symphonies and operas all over the world. And our graduates are indeed doing these things, and they're performing all over the world. So with your generosity, we'll continue to build this university, and this conservatory has already placed us on the map and put us in the running with some of the best recruits in the country, but also put us in the running to make sure that if students wanted to study music, if they wanted to perform, if they wanted to continue their careers and pursue their dreams, that we are one of the top choices in the United States thanks to the Cole Conservatory of Music. So Regina, you have made that happen. You have made that happen under Bob's name, but you have made us one of the top destinations of students that want to pursue their dreams in music in the United States. This physical presence, the entrance of the Bob Cole Conservatory, this amphitheater where you sit, sort of the museum that you'll walk through where we can highlight all the trophies, all the awards that our students have received, will do nothing but help this university grow and expand and build our College of Music. It will build the College of the Arts, our School of Music. It will continue to do the amazing things that we always hoped and that we knew we had in us as a College of the Arts, but also the music that we perform throughout this region and throughout the United States. So it is an honor to have each and every one of you join us today. This conservatory is dedicated to the students. It's dedicated to them. And as a university that prides itself on the #1 university in the nation in keeping students out of loan debt, I can say your support only makes that happen better each and every year. So thank you very, very much for joining us today. We hope you enjoy this day-long festivities and enjoy the Cole Conservatory of Music as we officially open the physical presence of this great conservatory. Thank you very much, and go Beach. Our director, John Carnahan, the director of the Cole Conservatory of Music. John, come on up.
Wow, we made it. Here we are, the Cole Conservatory, Bob Cole Conservatory of Music. Several years ago, I remember standing in the Daniel Recital Hall, walking through here, which was much like the president described, a dark path, but there was a great light that shined forward in the recital hall that day. And that day, we became the Bob Cole Conservatory of Music. It was a great day for everyone. It was a great celebration. And like Provost Parr said, we'll probably have to scratch that one out of the dictionary and put this one in instead. So now we have 2 in there for great celebration days. At that point, we became a family. We became the Bob Cole Conservatory family. We had our matriarch and our patriarch. And we are now the Cole family of students and faculty. With a family, I guess we needed a home. So lo and behold, here it is, our new home as the Bob Cole family. So all I can do is ask for a round of applause for this great scene that you're in today, and to thank all of the people who made this possible. And believe me, they worked hard the last few days to get this ready for all of us. And I'd like to thank them as well, the architects, everyone who made this, the construction managers, everyone who made this possible. We thank you because we're sitting in your space, and it came from ideas that we had here into fruition, right here as we sat, into hard facts and into hard landscapes. So thank them for me. I would love to thank you. So I have the greatest job in the world. All the descriptions that you heard about our students, guess what? I get to stand in front of them every day. And what a great, sincere pleasure that is. I've seen this conservatory grow in number and particularly grow in quality. And I invite you to the concerts. You've heard a little bit of it already. You're going to hear more of it here in just a second as I introduce one of our fine groups, and they can start making their way up here right now, if they would. This is our vocal jazz ensemble. Now, it's not any vocal jazz ensemble in the world. This is an ensemble who has won the Downbeat Award 2 years in a row. Also, several of the students have won individual awards for composition and individual performance. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is not your everyday vocal jazz ensemble. about 50 groups we have here in the conservatory. So there's many other performance opportunities for these students. Many of them sing in several different groups as well as this one. And that's the kind of experience that they are having here at this university. I would say they sound better than some professional groups, especially live. So anytime you want to come and see a concert, please enjoy this kind of performance quality, because I certainly do. Now you know why I have the best job in the world. I get to hear music like that every day that I come to school. It doesn't get better than that. And speaking of students, you know, we have the Cole Scholars. As mentioned, we have gone through probably about 130 of them, and many of them are still here. Some of them have graduated. Our first and very first Cole Scholar, Rodolfo Silva, he's going to be held special in all of our hearts for many years to come. He is on his way to graduation this year, and he's going to become a music educator. But what better way to give back from a Cole Scholarship than to go into teaching and help others? So Rudy is here somewhere, I think. Rudy, where are you? There he is, Rodolfo. And the other thing that's a great joy to me is as students graduate, we have new students that come in, and that will go forever here at the Bob Cole Conservatory of Music. And so every year we have a new crop of students coming in, a new crop graduating. It just perpetuates itself over and over again, and things just keep getting better and better. So this year I'd like to introduce a student who is a Cole Scholar, and she has a story of herself about what this meant to her. So would you please help me welcome Miss Esther Hood.
Hello everybody, good afternoon. This is cool. My name's Esther Hood, and I'm a senior graduating this May, finally, and I'm getting a degree in trumpet performance. And I wanted to share with you, since everyone is here, what it meant to me to be included in this and to be, chosen with this group of students to be a Cole Scholar. It's really hard to put into words, but I can tell you over the years what has happened because I am a Cole Scholar. Doors have been opened for me that I never would have imagined. I've seen some amazing performances and got to meet and work with world-class musicians, something that you would just never get without the help. And I've also been given the tools to cultivate, further pursue my dreams, which in turn, I got to come up with new, bigger, and better dreams. And probably the most important to me is the work I've got to do with the talented and really caring the faculty and my colleagues. It's really the students here that make coming here as a student every day amazing, best. And I've always loved music, but coming out of high school, it didn't really occur to me that you could make a hobby that you love into a career that you love. Who knew? So it was kind of on a whim when I was able to take some college auditions, and I visited this school, which I'd done some research about. And I can't, having that scholarship come my way really changed how I was going to educate myself, how I was going to pursue my career, and to do something that I love. That's a gift that I'll never be able to say thank you enough times for that. And I think as the saying goes, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. And I think if you asked a lot of the students and my colleagues here if they thought we were doing a little more playing than working, they'd probably all agree. Although nobody works harder than a music major, I gotta say that. And music is in all of our hearts, and that's why we work so hard, and I know it's in the hearts of the Cole family as well. So just from all the students, I want to say thank you. Like Professor Carnahan said, thank you for giving us a home where we can thrive as musicians, as artists, as scholars, and as young men and women. So thank you.
Thank you, Esther. And as most of our students, as soon as they do something, they have to go off and play. So you'll hear her playing just a little bit as well. So we're always busy here going one place or another. Many years ago, when this all started to come together, there was a gentleman who I now call the architect, not because he's the architect of this building, but because he was the architect of the entire process here. and he's become a great friend and colleague, and it's just a pleasure to work with him and hear his stories. I'd like to introduce to you Dr. Bob Bursey.
Thank you, John. Speaking on behalf of Regina today is an easy task, because that means I can address the people who've been applauding loudest today, and that are the students of the Cole Conservatory. They're here. And having an opportunity to tell them a few things is important, very, very briefly. So I will speak to them. You need to understand and know that Bob and Regina Cole knew you existed long before you ever dreamed that you would be here. They knew you when you were watching Big Boy. Big Bird. Just lost the election, didn't they? They knew you. And they knew that deep within you a tiny voice was growing that would become larger and larger, pushing you to pursue your gift, pushing you to go on and follow your bliss. And they wanted to make that path as probable as possible as they could. First conceptions happened then. That they knew they were going to do. Ultimately, the Cole Conservatory became a consideration, became a reality. Their resources, the Board of Trustees, and all the people here working so hard, it became a reality. And the students already have papered the walls of this institution with awards and national recognition for what they do, and it's going on and on. You come from here and you go from here, and they go into the world with a necklace of perfect, precious moments to give to those around them and to bestow on a world in desperate need of beauty and civility. It comes from here. It comes from you. And so you need to understand that Bob and Regina Cole have always loved you. Always loved you. That you are in a covenant of love, each and every one of you, Bob and Regina. When Bob played that grand Steinway, and he played it almost every evening, he was a virtuoso of the keyboard. Often there would be many people at the home for a party or whatever, and he would enchant them. They would all believe he was playing just for them. But those who knew Bob best knew who he was playing for. He was playing for Regina. And so today, as you lift our spirits with your beautiful voices and wonderful music, I think this day you could perform deep in your hearts just for Regina. I know Bob would like that a lot.
But this officially gives us a physical presence, a place where our students can feel at home, to know that there is a place on campus that they belong to. It's not just simply the scholarships, but a place where they can congregate and be a part of. Universities are special places, but there are special places within universities where students can gather and feel at home. And that's our job, is to make sure that our students feel like they've got a second home. And this Cole Conservatory, this physical presence, gives them a second home right here on our campus. So at this time, Regina, you have take the honors, please.
Professor Kernan, if you'd like to pull back from your side, yes?
This is what's happening. We're doing a wow, look at that.
Wow, that's awesome. Away the dark one.
Like why Keystone City are so big and the city are so go. It's going.
Halfway through.
Okay, when they get in, we want you to come over here. We're going to unveil the piano. Like we're going to have some.
So one of the extremely special treats that we have here at the Cole Conservatory is unveiling Bob's piano. As you heard Dr. Mercy talk about the performances that Bob Cole gave specifically for Regina, this is the piano that he played during those performances. And we couldn't be any happier that she was so gracious to allow us to have this piano here. And from what I understand, I don't think anybody has really played a performance on this since then. So we are looking for maybe one of the first performances. And so we have a very special dedication for her after the unveiling. So shall we unveil the piano?